The Turbo Boost event is a big boon, right, for gearing out right now. You can get up to 680 item level fast. Let's see what Dalaran has to say about how we can quickly boost our item levels and start pumping quickly.
Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dal, and the Turbo Boost is finally here. An event that is meant to help our alts catch up rather quickly, but also boost our mains to great new heights, allowing us to upgrade our mythic track gear to higher ranks so we can achieve really high item levels of 680 plus, allowing us to upgrade our gear, farm as many crests as we want to endlessly, and even have the ability to transfer over Valor Stones a lot more easily for that alt convenience. So if you're looking to maximize your gear gains and upgrade all of your items as quickly as possible,
I actually have been saving my other... I have not been converting Valor Stones, or not. I have not been converting crests this entire time, I should say. And it turns out that that was the correct strategy, because converting crests was actually applying to the cap. And now that everything's uncapped, I've got a shit ton of lower level crests that now I can convert up and not worry about a cap. Look at that. Samiccus, applying the correct strategy by accident. I'm just too good at this game. Even accidentally good.
But this video is going to go over all of the things you need to do in order to accomplish those goals. Going over the best strategies to make sure you never run out of Valor Stones, some of the most efficient ways to farm up gilded crests, how to upgrade all of your crafted items with 6 additional eye levels, but also what you should be doing with the new gear token of puzzling cartel chips that is now made available with this Turbo Boost that you can use to purchase some of the best gear from either the Liberation of Undermine raid tier or from the current set of Season Mythic Plus dungeons. As always, if you guys want to see more regular updates for the War Within expansion, whether it's for live content or for future patches like 11.17, be sure to follow the channel and subscribe. But otherwise, let's dive right in. So one of the first things that is getting updated for Turbo Boost is Valor Stones are becoming warbound, so you can actually transfer them across your characters, which is pretty awesome. I think it's the first time they've ever done this, though as you transfer it, you will have a tax, as in a portion of the Valor Stones you transfer will be lost.
Ooh, did they change this? It's 20%. So there's a 20%. I thought for some reason it was 25%. So a 20% tax on exchanging your Valor Stones. Not bad if you just Valor Stone capped all the time and you don't give a shit.
Progress. So you're looking to lose
tariffs
about
on Valor Stones.
every
That's
time you are transferring from character to character.
Damn it, Trump.
Which is not great, but it's better than nothing. Like just being able to transfer Valor Stones.
Well, technically, would the tariffs only apply to Valor Stones if you were exchanging them from like an EU to a US character? I don't know.
It's pretty amazing. Even though some of it does get lost in transaction, it is still huge when it comes to playing your alts. Like your main most likely is going to be filled with Valor Stones, as you'll be doing a lot of gearing on this character with this Turbo Boost, and then you can start spending that Valor on any alts to get them caught up to speed. And there's actually a very easy way for you to be able to earn.
Am I wrong to say that the cap on Valor Stones is still there? It's the cap on Crest that was removed, but Valor Stones is still capped at 2,000. So if you're near that, you could just start spreading it around to your alts. This way you don't cap yourself out on Valor Stones. And I agree, Konisi, I hate Valor Stones. I wish they would just remove it. I don't understand what the reason is for 2 currencies to upgrade shit. Just get rid of Valor Stones. That shit's annoying.
Valor on every single one of your characters if you're looking to do a lot of transferring. Like, technically, you can earn Valor through any content, like open world content, delves,
cross-realm
dungeons,
tariffs,
raids, PvP, but you could also easily earn some Valor Stones rather quickly within Undermine. Just get yourself a punch card, which is part of the perks, as with the faction of the Undermine cartel.
I haven't even done this thing once.
And then you complete easy activities found around the Undermine zone to earn more Valor Stones. Normally, I like to do the side gig as it's very, very efficient. Just a single side quest will do, and you can just complete the one that earns you the most amount of Valor if you just try to get that out of the way, but all of them are actually pretty good when it comes to getting some of that upgrade currency. Outside of this, I like easy activities like digging around for cans in scrap piles, or driving around collecting those boost cans all over the zone, or slaying rares is also pretty easy if that is on a list, or even doing a quick tier 1 delve is also really fast as well. Turning in the list itself rewards you with 250 Valor Stones, plus each item on that list that you'd complete provides you with additional Valor as well, which means it's overall a nice little boost for very little effort if you're looking for some really quick Valor Stones.
Sure.
Now, outside of this, gilded crests as well as all other crests become uncapped, so now you can farm them as much.
That's a very provocative transmog. He's completely pantsless. That's unbelievable.
As you want to endlessly, and with all the gear, both hero track and mythic track getting a couple of new ranks, all of your best slot items that you're wearing on your main right now, like let's say take this chest piece for example, that's normally 678 fully upgraded, but now you can add 2 additional tracks to bring it up to 680 for item level, which is massive.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
you are going to need quite a lot of gilded crests to upgrade all of your items, because now all of your mythic items and even your crafted pieces can all be boosted by a handful of levels, which is pretty massive. Now, the best way to farm the gilded crests, however,
Yeah, I totally agree, by the way. Either uncap Valor Stones as well or completely remove them, Buzzbarn. You're right, because the fact that the cap on Valor Stones still exists, I mean, there basically is still a soft cap on your ability to upgrade your gear. Now, it's not a weekly cap, so that's not a big deal. Unlike with Valor Stones, you could only get so many per week. But it's just annoying. Like, you're gonna cap it out, then you got to go get more, then you're gonna cap it out. If you really have enough crests right now to just upgrade like crazy, it's still just it's like an annoying additional chore you have to do.
right now is going to be, specifically if you're just looking to grind it out, Mythic Plus dungeons. +7 keystone minimum and up will award you gilded crest, which ends up being the most efficient farming method. Those of you that are more solo player and casual players, I did check to see if delves are still good for gildeds. They're not amazing, since there is still a cap on how many gilded crests you can get. So you could do delves in order to get some of your gildeds, but a lot of you should, if you're trying to farm out this currency, should start to look to get into +7 keystones and then spamming those up and farming them as much as you can. Technically, if you can go to higher keystones like 8s, 10s, even 12s, all of them become a little more efficient when it comes to getting gilded crests, as long as you can complete them generally fairly quickly. So whatever keystones you can do, the highest that you can complete at the fastest rate are the ones that are going to give you the most amount of gildeds for your runs. But +7s is a fantastic starting point. It is the least intimidating difficulty of keystones that doesn't even give you all the affixes to run against. The best part is, in a +7, you don't even need to do any crazy strats. Now, you may feel like, oh, I don't really know my routes, should I do some crazy skips, do I need to do some massive pulls? And in most cases, you could just play the W strat, as in, as long as you hold down the W key and you're moving forward from one boss and to the next, picking up some trash along the way to make sure you get 100% by the end.
True, the W strat does work. I'm speaking as a tank who just decides to go into Mythic Plus dungeons and does not know which right way to go with anything. Just hold W. Yeah, go through, you'll get the W. That's about it. I've done +7, +8, +6. I would say between those three, honestly, I didn't notice a difference. I felt like a +8 and a +6, they were both doable. I've timed both of all three of them. None of them are too bad. The thing is, +10 is the one that everybody wants to do, because that's where you're getting gilded crests and you're getting the gear, the best gear possible from Mythic Plus. So that's where you're going to see most people. +6, I think, is a good entry point. 7, also a really good entry point if you want to make sure you're getting gilded crests at least.
At the end of the run, you're good to go. And in fact, if you have a group that is filled with geared players, like if it's your keystone and you pick up a bunch of geared players, you're actually, as a tank or something, most of those players in your group will actually be pretty happy if you end up doing fairly sizable pulls, because so many players are going to be built for massive AoE damage, and it's just going to make the pulls a little bit more fun. And +7s are definitely not the most difficult version of keystones out there. They're really straightforward, so you don't really need any
just
kind of
face
crazy
roll your
farming
keyboard,
strategies. Just get in the key and start running as many of them as you can. Now, all of your mythic track gear can be upgraded through gilded crests, but what about your crafted gear? Crafted gear will utilize a slightly different method, but it will really come from recrafting your items yet again. So when you craft a piece of gear, normally you'll be able to, I don't know, let's choose a something that could actually wield, like, I don't know, a weapon, right? An intellect dagger, you'll be able to put a spark in it, and then you'll be able to enchant it with your embellishments, and you'll be able to add an extra gilded crest in order to up its item.
Look at this system. You got to pick this, and you got to slot that, and then you got to rub these two things together and hope that it doesn't shoot in your face. I mean, come on. Come on, what a janked-ass system crafting.
Level 2, highest possible, 675. But if you want that item to go up an extra few levels for the super boost, you'll actually have to get an extra bonus reagent to augment it by 6 additional item levels. And these augment reagents are sold exactly, literally right next to the crafting orders from the same NPC that you would get your normal crests in. You'll just be able to buy gilded augmentation matrices to add to your crafted items. Now, these will cost you...
So is it... So you got to get the enchanted, runed, undermined crest. You got a 4-name strategy here. I don't know what any of this means. What does any of this mean? gilded augmentation matrix. What is it? I don't know what any of this shit
30
does.
gilded crests for each and every one of them. But it does mean that if you have a bunch of crafted gear,
do I want to know?
Let's say you got super unlucky with the Great Vault, so you've been making a lot of crafters to supplement for those gains, like me, then that means you have a ton of pieces that can just be boosted by 6 item levels very, very quickly and easily. The only thing you'll have to do is once you buy the item is you'll have to recraft the piece afterwards. So you'll have to start a recrafting order, let's say for a weapon, and you'll just add this item to it, boosting the item level of that piece all the way to 681.
It's a good item level boost. That's a good one. I mean, for a lot of people, if you're not killing the mythic track weapon or not killing the myth track boss, this is still going to be a really good weapon for you to have, and for a lot of people, a best in slot weapon besides the best in slot weapon that drops from the raid. So, I mean, for me, I'm just not going to craft. I mean, I'm actually writing Blizzard right now. I'm sending them a letter to remove the word craft from Warcraft. I just want this game to be called World of War, because I just don't want to do crafting, and that's how anti-crafting I am. We'll see if that actually ends up going through.
Doesn't mean you'll need to get enough reagents in order to get a recrafting order going, but they're usually not as expensive as the first time you had to craft an item. But if you have a bunch of these crafted pieces available on your character that you're wearing right now, then you should be able to upgrade your item level rather quickly. And all it takes is 30 gilded crests, which are, like all the other crests, which offers a very straightforward way for you to boost the item level of all of your crafted items. Now, another currency that will be made available for you to catch up on gear is the puzzle and cartel chip, or the dinar token, which some people refer to it as. I'll probably end up naming it one or the other as I'm working on this video. But this will become a token that will be made available during the first week of the turbo boost. And you'll actually be able to get 3 of these tokens the first week. And you'll be able to get 1 of these tokens every other week afterwards for completing a weekly quest. The weekly quest is pretty simple. All you gotta do is slay a couple of raid bosses or complete a few Mythic Plus dungeons in order to...
It's 4. It's 4. He's saying a few. It's 4. Kill 4 raid bosses or complete 4 plus 10 or higher Mythic Plus dungeons.
Be able to unlock the weekly token, which allows you to essentially purchase items from a vendor that are of raid or even from Mythic Plus dungeons. Though the higher tier versions of these pieces will be more of like a bad luck protection element behind it. And you'll continue to get 1 of these tokens every single week until 9 maximum. And
yeah, to complete the quest, you're right, Kale Sauce, it cannot be LFR. You have to kill 4 bosses in either normal difficulty or higher, and depending on which bosses you've killed, that's going to determine how high of an item level the gear is. So if you've never killed a heroic boss, you cannot purchase heroic track gear with the coins. Same goes for Mythic. That's probably where most people are to kind of fall short, is getting Myth track gear. But for heroic track gear, yes, you'll be able to purchase them.
Item on the vendor will set you back 3 of these tokens, so you can basically buy 3 pieces of gear from that vendor. Now, you'll be able to immediately unlock hero track versions of all the different items from either the Liberation of Undermine raid or the trinkets from the current season of Mythic Plus dungeons. However, if you're looking to get these items on a higher track like Mythic track, you'll first need to slay a certain boss within Liberation of Undermine before you can unlock Mythic versions of those items. So for example, if let's say you're looking to get yourself a Mythic version of House of Cards so you can have a high item of a trinket, you'll first need to defeat One-Armed Bandit or Mythic before you can unlock the Mythic
good luck with that
version of that trinket. So if you're someone in a raiding guild, this is bad luck protection for you to get those Mythic pieces, but those of you that don't raid but still need a House of Cards to make your character work, you'll at least be able to get it on hero track quality. The same thing can be done for dungeons this season as well. You can technically unlock all of the dungeon trinkets from this season on the highest track available of Mythic, like Signal to Parry. You will also be able to purchase it on Mythic, but only if you completed all Mythic Plus keystones for the season at a plus 12 difficulty. Yeah. Then you'll be able to unlock the Mythic track variation. Otherwise, if you just need
If you've completed them all on plus 12, would you have a 3k IO too to get that achievement as well? Like, wouldn't you kind of be double dipping if you do this? I don't know what you would be at in terms of IO if you do all of them on a plus 12, but hey, it might be a good thing for people to chase down. No, it has to be 13s for a 3k. Okay, got it. So fuck it, don't do the 12, do 13s across the board. There you go. You get the achievement and you unlock all this stuff.
Just to make your character function. But you
I might go do that some afternoon.
You can always just guarantee ride on hero track at least. Though, if you're someone who does any high-end Mythic Plus dungeons or high-end Mythic raiding, I would really hold off using your chips immediately until you can guarantee those items on a Mythic track. I wouldn't immediately buy them on hero track. Though for any of you that are a little bit more casual, maybe you're just mostly a delve player that is just looking to finalize your character in preparation for like the next season, or just to complete out this season as best as you can, even hero track items would be a decent gain. But I would only do this if you're someone who is not really interested in mythic raiding or doing high-end mythic plus dungeons for the season. But with everything being said, as always, I do want to thank all of you guys so much for watching, and hope you guys enjoyed this quick little guide. If you did enjoy it or found it informative, go ahead and give it a like. I would very much appreciate it. Join our Discord community to join in discussions when it comes to patch notes, class changes, future updates, or even if you just got questions regarding how you should spend your dinar tokens wisely, like if you're confused which item you might be able to get. Maybe somebody in Discord in our community might be able to answer the question, or if anything, provide you with sources where you can find that information so you don't make the wrong decision when it comes to spending your tokens.
I got my own video on about what you should purchase.
Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and as always,
Easy.
I'll see all of you guys in the next one.
What's up, OnlyCam? Miss you too. Yeah, I got my own thing out about which dinar items you should be purchasing based on your class and spec. It's important, right? You're getting 3 dinars this week, so to purchase the correct piece of gear is kind of important, because you won't be able to purchase another piece of gear until another 3 weeks have passed, because you're only going to get 1 dinar every week after this. So making the correct purchases, you got to kind of think about what you're doing here. Otherwise, other than that, lots of great ways to gear out real quick. Also upgrading gear, crafting, of course. Yeah, it's part of the game, unfortunately. You could do that too. A lot of good ways to gear out during this Turbo Boost event. Nice video here from Dalaran.